product manager essentially is the one who's talking to your customers and translating those requirements and translating the pain points that the customer is facing and helping come up with solutions, their North Star metrics and how do you measure success. And then working with the technical team, we're working with your engineering and design team to come up with a possible solution. So PM's role is very, very critical because the PM is the one who actually goes and understands how the user is using your product, why is he using your product, is he willing to pay for your product, etc., etc. And he's the one who's really interfacing with the customer, identifying the problem spaces. So that's basically what a product manager is. Gamification essentially implies building game elements and game mechanics in non-game like scenarios so that the user feels engaged and motivated to come back again and again. Any loyalty program that you think is a gamified version of a consumer experience. There are progress bars that LinkedIn does. That's also gamification. There is this whole sound and then the tick mark that when you make a Google Pay payment, that's also gamification. In my opinion, we should have a PM from day zero. Now, who does this role of a PM can be challenged. More often than not, it's the founder himself. But we should have a PM from day zero because he's the one, or this PM role essentially is the one which needs to go talk to the customers and figure out what pain points should you solve. Because if you're not really putting together a roadmap, then the startup roadmap, your backlogs, what are you solving for, where would you reach in 2 years, etc., that moonshot vision, etc. All of those stories are essentially not really going to fly off. Please definitely understand the market in which you are playing, and there could be possibilities that there is a new founder who's fascinated about a particular area. Sustainability and ESG, for example, is an area which a lot of traction is getting these days. People are investing a lot of money, but then we don't have PMs or we don't have enough people who understand customers there. So you should totally, get into the weeds, go dirty, get down to the details, talk to the customers, really what problem you're trying to solve for. If you don't do that, then whatever solution you're building, whatever team you're putting together, that's going to be a challenge. Product are you trying to build, but it all starts at a customer problem. Because if you don't get that right, when your investors or when anybody is looking forward to help you with funds, or even if you're going as self-funded, you should have a North Star in front of you in terms of how big is that market going to be and how much of that pie are you going to really capture. Well, I think I've seen it growing from 5 to a good 7.5 to 8 on 10. I see a lot of people today need expertise. They do understand the value of years of experience, which is good to know that people are valuing that thing today. But of course, they don't have funds. So a lot of people are now coming together. In fact, I help a lot of startups myself to start off with their ideas and validate a few of these things. The demand is increasing because what's also happening is that a PM, what earlier used for one person to really elevate himself to all of those pieces, all the value streams in a single shot is going to be a challenge. So now they're relying on fractional PMs and fraction leadership to come in and help them with, there could be a design of resource who's available for 3 months. So you come in, you help with the designs, and then you do some quick A/B tests and then get out. The narrative is changing now in certain fashion that earlier people used to do turnkey solutions. So you build something, wait for 6 months, and then go out to the market and test it out. With the whole agile approach, what they're now starting to do is you build something small, you go to the market and test if it's working or not working. So which is also helping companies to burn lesser money. They're doing more number of experiments, but the good part is that the success rates of those experiments and the roadmap that they're eventually getting out of it is very solid. So a fractional designer, fractional CPO, fractional CTO, and a fractional CFO, these roles are really seen. I've seen it increasing in a big way. Of late, even more, especially with the whole layoff scene happening, people are more willing to take up fractional responsibilities and contribute to organizations.